Here we go. Hopefully everything is okay. Now that I had my fill of Gigapooty. Pooty. Let me know if you guys can see and hear everything okay. And then we'll be right off to solve our next big case. Busy? It's okay. Holy shit, those are beautiful. Oh my god. Anyway, can anybody hear me or anything? Or can you not hear me? Just let me know so I know if I can start or not. Everything's good. Okay. So let's get started. It's been a couple of days since I streamed. So really... Oh, hey Kramanov. It's been a couple of days, so I really don't remember where we are, but I'm sure we're gonna find it. Okay. Oh, day 3. Oh, it's a final trial. That's cool. Okay. Where's Go Golf? I don't know. He is on Skype, so if, I guess he'll find out one time or another. Okay. If someone wants to message him, that would be cool, because he knows the most about this game. Smash! The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky! Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. I'm too loud? Does anybody else think I'm too loud? I should turn my mic down. It's a new one, so I might need to do it. To adjust it. Oh yeah, there's also the lunch thing. Okay. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Yes, it's the last case. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, hombre. Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the flames of civilization. Occasionally, helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Oh, I know! You're a patrolman! As for my name, you can listen hard enough. You can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Oh, hi, Golf. Howling wind? I've never heard Edward described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, hombre. What do you mean? Desperado soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Smash! Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In English. Okay. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. Is it orchard or orchard? I don't know. I think orchard. He said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but I need my style essay. Is the room protected by 2 security systems anyway? If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. Hey, Carcass. Orchard? Okay. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you got a memo, start my hinted frame. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't hear me complaining. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks inside the evidence room? Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines or following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses. Now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor?
This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours.
Okay, let's go. I guess we should start, but... Indian? Where's an Indian accent? That was a Mexican accent. Okay, let's keep pressing everything. Hold it! How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker. We did the recordings. You interred them? Videos of nothing that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes ought to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase the tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. Okay, let's see. Hold it! But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word that said essay? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No, Mexican, no, I know, let rules get in his way. No Mexicans I know join the police force.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime...
This is between you and me. I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. Actually, they look pretty much the same.
There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. Haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Okay, hold on. I just want to check out one more thing. I'm not going to present it, because we had this list of people that got inside the room that day. Okay, the first one we don't know who is it, lucky number 7. That was Edgeworth, then Meekins, then Bruce, then Meekins again. Okay, we need to find out who's number 7 actually. Could be him. We need to check it out, I don't know. I do have evidence saying otherwise. They didn't enter the room. Why? I don't have anything. The ID card doesn't say he went in there. Oh, you're right, I got his blood! I got his fingerprints! You're right. Wait, was it this one that had his fingerprints or the other one? I guess this one. I've been inside the evidence room in weeks. Yeah, I found his... yeah, Marshall Prince, okay. Exactly. Okay, let's do that now. Down day, then in my style. Okay, let's present this shit. Still got 5 lives to spare. Let's do this. Objection! This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related?
They aren't, are they?
Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations.
I don't think that won any points with the judge. Yeah. Okay, let's keep pressing then. Okay, we did the rounds. Hold it! used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, hombre. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite incredible. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that he mentions it, Detective Toast said something like that too.
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place?
Okay. Yeah, what the fuck does this mean? Hold it! What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that Paolo's vongole sepia pasta.
Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
Not all Mexicans eat tacos, partner.
That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
That's strange. This is usually where Edrith says, "Did you not want to erase this year?" Okay, I guess I'll press this again. Said he was dining at some restaurant while on duty. But I can't prove the prints are from the same day. I'm not sure if that helps me. Rules are the best, no doubt, can't deny. Hold it! Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, don't believe, or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset.
One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Mexicans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I'd better up the ante. Okay, we're back in the beginning. So I guess I should... okay. Okay, good enough, let's try that. Over here, right? The street side saloon at the time it went down. With the prints. Print has been wiped. Bloody handprint left in the evidence room. So, over here, right? I'm not fucking up. I'm doing this right. Still got 4 lives left, that's true. But we still got the whole trial ahead of us, too. OBJECTION! Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? As you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, Essay. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, Essay. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural for my fingerprints would be in them. OBJECTION! I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Smash! Witness! What's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene?
The blood was wiped away. However, A luminal test clearly reveals this. Well, Officer Marshall? It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. Huh? I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the bloodstained fingerprints?
Smash! Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime.
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprints was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. Okay, actually has a point. The murderer was wearing gloves.
The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt.
Look at my text. Let's see, what was that? That cell phone was his, and if there was a call, see on cell phone what time it was, and get... No, it's not his cell phone. It's not, it's the victim's cell phone, actually, I think. No, I'm sorry, it's the defendant's cell phone. The glove stained with blood. No, it's not stained with blood. We haven't found the gloves. It's a different glove.
Although there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be found without any doubt, hombre.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. Okay, let's keep pressing. Hold it! That's because you... how'd you put it? Pay your respects once a month? Yes, that's right. That and one more thing. That locket happened to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now is a heap of broken dreams. Goodman is 7? No, Goodman is something else. Check it out, I'll just show you. No, Goodman is this number. Bruce Goodman is this one. This, we don't know who this is. Could be his, I don't know though. There's no way we can really find out right now. Okay, so I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never changed. He must have been using the fingerprint lock without even knowing it. Okay, so now it's updated. I guess I'll keep pressing until I find something wrong with the testimony. Hold it! So then, what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine, it's no mystery.
Please explain.
My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened. Hold it! The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, say. You ain't gonna get no rewards for me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? Hold it! unrelated, then it's different. It's kinda like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder. Is the blood even the victims? I don't know, we couldn't test it, because we only found traces of the blood, not the actual blood over there. So we couldn't test it, test it.
He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different.
It's okay, prepare your anon. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. Okay, well, press everything and then I'll show you the evidence. Hold it! How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found in Detective Toast's locker, over here. But it was without prints, meaning it was with a glove. So that's why we think the murderer wore gloves. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. But you only have... No, I don't have any gloves at all. The glove I have isn't related to this case, it's evidence from a different case.
So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place his hand at the top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint.
That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, hombre? The picture? This scene of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. Huh? There's only one reality, and that's this. Security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
Smash! This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Too bad he wasn't in that video, right, partner? Hold it! What do you mean by that? Want to tie me to this crime? Isn't that right, AC? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. Objection! But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth, the floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, he could leave the room without being caught on tape. Objection! We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Shit, do we have that? I'm not sure. Blue Badger? Rule of Hell. Yeah. Hold on, let's check out the video again. I think I can look at it. Okay. This is the video, everybody. And to prove that if there was someone here. Okay, there's this. There's this guy we assume is Goodman. We might as well say, though, we can try... Okay, that's Meekins, we know who that guy is. Can't you check the time? No, the time is right. The time is right with the time. Also, we know that someone stole the victim's ID card. Or at least we suspect, yeah, someone stole the victim's ID card. So can we like assume who that really was? No, it's not the murder. It's just some officer that came in to check something out, got his hand cut. I think that's him. I think I'm gonna say that that's him. No, he didn't get it's Meekins. It's some lame ass shit officer that got his hand cut. He didn't really get stabbed. And then he passed out from the blood and the shock. And the other guy disappeared. Like, who was supposed to be the actual victim just disappeared. We can't see why. Yeah, Meekins did get his ass raped. And there was blood everywhere, but it's from his hand. It's not the actual... It's a really weird case. Was the guy slumped in the back? That was... Hold on, I'll show you. That was this guy, Mike Meekins. He's a patrolman of general affairs, suspected of killing Goodman in the evidence room. The thing is, we have one victim, but apparently he got stabbed in 2 places, and like in the difference of like 5 minutes or something, in 2 different places that take a half hour to travel between them in a car. That's why it's really strange. The list, what about it? Hold on. List. There it is. Yeah, so what happened? 7777. That time frame, but you didn't. No, it was 514, not 420. It wasn't. You got the hour wrong. Hold on, I'll check it again. Let's see. Pretty sure it wasn't though. Let's check it out. No, it's 514. It's 514, not the other way. Yeah, we figured it out. The thing is, hold on, I'll show you again. The thing is, these all lockers are protected by fingerprint handles, but this one was already open. We can see by the light. And the way it was open, someone opened it in advance and stuck a rubber glove inside it to insulate the thingy. And that's what we see falling around here. It's a rubber glove that held it out. That's how we can know that that guy isn't really the victim, because we know his ID card got stolen, and we know that his locker was already open. It was stuck open. One thing I'm gonna say, it's risky, but I think I'm gonna say that the guy that we don't know who he actually is, because it's probably not really the victim, I'm gonna say that's Marshall. The puppet? What about the puppet? Oh, about the puppet, the other guy, Mike Meekins. This guy, his job that day was to protect the puppet, so he put it inside the evidence room. That's why you can see him going in twice. He put it in that room to keep it safe, so no one would vandalize or steal it. That's why you can see him coming in the first time. This is when he put the doll inside, the puppet. Then, allegedly the victim came inside, using the card, but we know that his card was stolen. And then Mike Meekins came a second time because he saw on the camera someone there that he didn't know. So he came in to see and asked him who he is and what he's doing there, because he thought the puppet might be in danger or something. And then, what was I gonna say? And then he turned out, instead of showing his badge, like Mike Meekins asked Bruce Goodman, who he thought was Bruce Goodman, to show his ID badge. And instead of showing the ID badge, because it wasn't really him, he tried to stab him. He put a knife and cut Mike Meekins' hand. And that's why he passed out in the back, and that's why there was blood. That's all. Okay, but the puppet was in front of the locker with a bloody handprint, so the guy who touched the locker was in with a... No, the locker was all the way back there. Hold on, I'll show you the... These are the floor plans. The locker in question was here, the camera is around here, because here was the murder we can see, and was over here. So I don't think the camera goes all the way over here. It just shows up to here, I think. So I'm pretty sure the camera doesn't show the locker at all. Okay, that's the locker. There were two lockers. This one had a bloody handprint, but with a glove and without any fingerprints. And this is the one we're talking about. The old detectives, the old Mexicans. The locker that had a fingerprint. And the gap between the lockers, there's a guy. Hold on, let's check that again. Okay, this is the puppet. This is where the murder was. This right behind this. This is the locker that has the first handprint. No, this isn't the guy. This is just some evidence crap. Over here was the first thing. The glove print? Yeah, we can't see it, but... Oh, we can't see the locker, actually. We could have snuck in and touched it before, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the guy in the black coat... Yeah, we already talked about something dropped on the floor. We already know about that. It's part of the case already. I think what I'm gonna do is show the guy in the white coat as him. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, but I think it's worth it. It was the judge, of course. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
Smash! Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall.
Okay, again. The music is okay, it's this guy. Okay, I'm just gonna say this is him, because that's all I have. Okay, oh, you know what, hold on. This is the locker that he touched, that used to be his. I forgot from the previous case. Here we can't see his hand again. I can't tell from his ear or anything. This is me, Ken's coming to check out who that guy is. Yeah, the locker we know, it was already open. That's why we think that this isn't the actual victim. Because we know his card was stolen on the same day, and that the locker was already open. And that's why there's also the rubber glove falling. There. Because the rubber glove was holding it in place, and then it fell down. Okay, anyway. I'm just gonna try this. I don't know. Let's try this. I'm really not sure though. Present glove. No, we're already past that. We already presented the glove falling, and we already showed all that shit. Yes, the weird thing is, the cop gets pushed back. Even if the other guy does not. Wait, let's analyze that a bit further. Okay, what's going on over here? Meekins is going up to this guy he doesn't know and asks him for his ID card, to show him his ID card. Then, instead of showing him his ID card, he just turns around and tries to stab him. What really happens, he cut his hand open over here. Over here, he cut his hand. You can see a bit of blood. There, his bloody hand. And then he tries to assault him. He tries to attack him. He throws him back. They fight. Oh, there. Lifts his hands, I think. Or he's just trying to attack again. We don't have the knife, though. And then he passed out from blood loss, I think, or from the shock, something like that, because he's a real nerd. The knife? Oh my god! Holy shit, right, the knife! Belongs to Marshall. Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. Holy shit, thank god you guys are here. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a perfect shot of that knife. Okay. It should be here. Kinda big though. Okay, let's try it like this. Let's try this. Take that! There! How's that for evidence? Please allow me to apologize for my colleague, Your Honor. He gets carried away sometimes.
Yes, well, this certainly isn't a first.
Will you forgive him too, Officer Marshall? He's not a bad man, just a bit disillusioned. Of course, I'm not one to gun down unarmed boys. Oh great, now Edgeworth is defending me. Guess that means I missed the mark. Fuck!
Smash! Very well, let's get back to the cross-examination.
Fucking hell. Okay, we need to think about this some more. We have this knife. This knife wasn't at the scene of the crime though. That's a totally unrelated knife. It actually belongs to Edgeworth. We have this broken knife, which is all evidence. We have the screwdriver. This is the glove that fell down from there. Fuck, where's Gogolf? You fucking need Gogolf for this shit. Can you show the evidence? Well, yeah, here we go. Okay. Let's start. We have the attorney's badge, that's mine. We have Goodman's ID. We found it in the second crime scene. The thing is, like I said, there's one victim and 2 crime scenes where he allegedly got stabbed in both. This is the first one, a parking lot. And the second one you saw. It's the one we're talking about now. Do you have a pic of the murder of the body? No, we don't. We only have that tape. Which doesn't even show the body, which is even more weird. Okay. So I have Goodman's ID. We have our prosecutor trophy that Edgeworth got. But we're not trying to prove he was stabbed. We're the defense, we're not the prosecution. Did you offer the glove already? Yeah, I did. We did that last time. To prove that the locker was already open. Parking stub. Okay, that's the thingy. The doll. No picture of dead Goodman? No, we don't have that. We have a different photo from the other crime scene showing the defendant supposedly after she stabbed him already, but again we don't see the body. The body is supposed to be in the trunk. Who are we defending? We're actually defending her, the chief prosecutor, which allegedly killed the detective for some unknown reason. Victim's shoe, switchblade knife, which was from the old case. No, we're not trying to deny that the guy was stabbed. Wasn't it? We're not trying to deny the guy was stabbed. We're trying to say that it wasn't the person that we're defending. It was someone else. ID card records from the print set. Screwdriver also from the old case. Yeah, motive is bullshit. In Japan, you don't need motive. Okay, and we got the lost ID card report, which he filed on the same day, which shows that he lost his ID card. There's a tag attached to the broken knife. It just says that it's from the old case. The SL9 incident, which happened like 2 years ago. Here, this shit. SL9 is written in a small tag attached to the knife. Was the weapon used in that incident 2 years ago and has known many victims. What was the time of the report? The death? The autopsy report? Could have died between 4 PM and 5:30 PM, so it doesn't really help us. The lost ID? Doesn't say time, but it's the same date though. Hold on. No. Doesn't say time, just says the date, and was the same date as the murder. There's a print on the knife. The knife is 2 years. It's 2-year-old evidence. I doubt there's still a fingerprint over there. Check parking ticket. No, it's a long story, but it belongs to the other crime scene. No. The parking ticket belongs to the other crime scene. It has nothing to do with this place. Let's see. Evidence locker. Use falling glove evidence mark, but we already did that. Let's see, I'm thinking of just showing the face, maybe. We have only 3 tries left. What about the locker behind the puppet? No, light is off. The only locker with the light on is this one. This one is off. You can clearly see that. What's the thing next to the blue locker? What blue locker? Oh yeah, there is a trophy. It's a trophy that Edgeworth got for being the best prosecutor that year. How is that locker already open? Well, that's the thing. Someone must have opened it early and stuck the glove inside. In some way, we don't know how though. I think some chick, and that video is a video of the guy getting stabbed like fuck. Something like that, because in some bizarre way, the victim was stabbed in 2 different places at almost the exact same time. It's proof the video was wrong. Couldn't see the person get in to open it. But how do I show that? How do I point that out? I'm not sure what I should point out, if it's the locker or just the guy. Was the last person before the crime? Meekins, but he put the doll over there. And before that it was Edgeworth, but he went to get some evidence that the chief of police asked him to do. And before that was lucky number 7, we don't know who that guy is. Put on the light before the guy gets to... No, we already did that. We already pointed out the light to show that it wasn't really the detective. That it couldn't actually be him because the glove was there. Back to video. Yeah. No, the glove falling. We're done with the glove falling. That's the thing. We're done with that. We already did that, and because the glove is stuck there to keep it open. That's how we know that that guy isn't the actual victim. He isn't really Detective Goodman, even though he's wearing his clothes, and even though he, I know, someone got his ID card. Time to look up walkthrough. No, we don't use walkthroughs here. We don't use Golgolf, but apparently he abandoned me. Okay, I'm gonna go out on another real big limp. I know, this isn't the crime scene. This isn't the crime scene we're talking about. What do you mean no flag? What flag? Nigger judge, nigger shoot, I'm not sure. Okay, just by chance. I think it was... Where's the video on the falling glove? Okay, Chico. You better be right though. Okay, let's try this. Blind spots, that's right. Could leave the room without being caught on tape. Objection. Okay, let's try that again. I'll show evidence. Yes, wait, the flag arm wasn't up in the first frame. What do you mean? Let's look at this again. Okay, flag arm going then. It's rotating, probably going back up right now. It's over here now. Going back down. No, it's okay. It's legit. What do you mean the other ones? Now it's back up. Now it's stuck over here again. Oh, go golf! Thank God. Dude, we're totally stuck here. And we only got 3 lives left. I'm gonna try and go with Chippo. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. So, okay, now we can also rewind. and fast forward. Hold on. Do you mean like over here? We already did this though. I'll be sure. Go back to second 12? What the fuck does that mean? This is the beginning. There isn't second 12. I'm not sure what that means. We got the guy entering. That's it. $15, $12. $15. There, the exact. Oh wait! Hold on. Hold on. The cloth. Oh my god, you're absolutely right. How did you guys see that shit? Oh my god. How did you guys see that shit? Oh my god, you guys are fucking geniuses. Oh god, you are geniuses. What, Chocobo, you said that? I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Oh my god. You are fucking genius. Okay, I'm sorry, Chocobo. You guys are geniuses. Thank god you're here. Okay. I'm sorry, Chocobo, you're right, you're right. Here, have this for me. There. No, it's all good. Okay. Take that! Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Mexico, and so are tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god, that's awesome. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, they say. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. Yeah, I like the winning music. It's pretty cool. See, why is it? I'm pretty sure it's not the judge saying this. I'm gonna do it in Phoenix's voice. See this cloth that has a white... See this locker that has a white cloth sticking out? This is the witness's locker. Now then, let's rewind the tape a bit.
No! The white cloth, it's gone! What's the meaning of all this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
Smashed! Order, order! It would seem that the only...
Hold your horses. Sorry I say, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted in? This guy's just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, But you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened the locker, now prove it. Fingerprints again, I guess? Why does he have a knife in the courtroom? Because it's Japan. It just goes like that over there. No? Not the fingerprints? Then what? What should I show? Oh, the actual locker? Like this? Each locker is unlocked using a detective's fingerprints. A light indicates open boxes. Like this? Yeah? Okay, let's try this shit. Take that! Okay. Fingerprint sensor. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Toast did mention something about this.
Willy wah! Willy willy wah! Willy willy! Willy willy wah! Willy wah! Willy wah!
So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Only got 1 word for you, essay. No! No es posible!
Smash, smash, smash! Order, order, order! Witness, explain yourself.
If this is a joke, it is the worst I have ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
Ole, please answer the question.
What is he now, a bullfighter? That's right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion.
Smash! Well then, let's hear it.
Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? I'm not sure. Where was he? Person V? Really? Should I press on V? Anything else? Okay, Chipo says it, I believe him. Locker gaps? Where was Officer Marshall? You disagree? Okay, hold on. Okay, either for V or the gap. Save? Should I save? I can't save! I can't save right now, guys! I can't. Save states, I can try, but they usually don't work. Let's try this shit. Okay, but someone told me that they don't work with this game. So we shouldn't rely on that. Either gap or V. What do you guys think? Okay, 1 vote for gap, 1 vote for V. What else? It's a tie. 2 votes for V. Okay, more votes for V right now. And 1 was Meekins. Oh, okay, more votes for V. I'm sorry. Let's try V first. Take that! Officer Marshall was standing right here.
There, but that's
where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Oh,
that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. Objection! But that's preposterous! Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. Objection! May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir.
Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled out a knife on me.
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on the ID card.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? You've got quite an imagination, eh, see? We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have evidence proving it dressed up as the victim.
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence? Any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, eh, see? Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Ah! This can't be happening. It's so obvious that he's the one. What can I do? Huh. It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. Huh? I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics. For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Nick, try thinking outside of the box. I should look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise, but rather I should look for the evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the version is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so that video is my only shot.
Smash! Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess. Hold on, I got an idea. There we go, over here, right this. Do you guys agree? I think it's this. Because it was soiled with blood and he couldn't do it. Yes, the Song of Hell. Okay, let's try this. Take that! For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room. I don't know what that reason was, yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat!
You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, hey? Essay?
Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell the truth?
Looks like I underestimated you. I hope you're happy now, Senior Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, you all wouldn't have to be here, now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Alright. It seems the time has come. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and the rest like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I know which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So the supposed victim was really you.
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Large quantities of blood traces were found in the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. It looked like too much blood for that. Okay, I guess I'll just press. Hold it! When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask say? The Sub-9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to be completely end with the transfer of that day. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you, Invisible Pleasure. If you guys could bump it, or keep bumping it, I would really appreciate that, because we could get other cool people over here with us. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. What did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only the detective who was in charge of it can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, hombre. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why Hold it! Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera.
And the detective's ID card?
I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So, essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, hombre? I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Normally, that locker shouldn't have opened. So it opened because of a rubber glove was stuck in the door by chance? Then Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. Hold it! You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually call me during that short time.
Officer Meekins, certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID.
I have to think a little more about this raise this year. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say.
So what happened next?
Hold it! The knife is, yes. So you did your research beforehand? Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live for long, hombre. I didn't think it would make a difference though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? Well, yes, he was sleeping like a baby.
So what you're saying is, on that day,
hold it! But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates the crime took place. Why are you blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, they say. So, you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
what? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence?
It's still missing, Your Honor. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's the free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID? Injuring a police officer? This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are even a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more.
I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? Hold it! But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
Joe Dock was convicted for those crimes. One thing I can't say for sure, he deserved his sentence.
I remember that Joe Dock case. It involved the serial murders, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down in that trial. Something no one will talk about.
What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. In fact, I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. Better take another look at the files. Okay. Let's try this shit. Steam got really good really fast. How so? Okay. Let's check out the incident files. Okay, let's see. Incident number... Hold on. Incident number SL9. Closed. Criminal Joe Dark. Crime serial murder. Sentence death. Victims: Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall! Neil Marshall, that's why! Trial data. Head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses Lana Skye, Emma Skye. Executive investigators Damon Gant, Lana Skye. Investigator Bruce Goodman. Investigator Jake Marshall. Angel Starr. Holy crap, okay, so we know now why. Okay, I won't present it here though. Let's wait for the right spot. Just forget about the SL9 incident. Yes, I do know why. Now I know. Okay, let's go for this. Objection! Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, eh? I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name 2 years ago. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got.
What? A prosecutor?
Must be talking about the King of Prosecutors award. Hold on, I want to check this out. It says on the bottom, all the people who received this award. King of Prosecutors, the names of past recipients are etched on the plate. Von Karmer's name appears too. How ironic. Okay, it doesn't say, but I guess it's true. Okay. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands.
But what's his relation to you?
He was my brother. He was investigating the murders with them when he had chief detective at the time. The group of detectives I was part of worked under the We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least according to the public records.
What do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions. There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try and hide it, you can't fool me.
Smash! Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place here at the police department that day. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's got to be more than just that.
Smash! So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one.
Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. Objection! But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Objection! Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me these boys got the draw in USA. All the mysteries at the police department have been uncovered. No contradictions remain. The murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. There were no errors in the testimony of the witness, Angel Starr. If you have a response, make it one word or less. I rest my case.
Smash! It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Smash! Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant...
Hold it!
Your Honor, wait!
Emma!
The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right?
What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright, are you this squirrel's guardian?
Your Honor, in a sense.
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking for you is a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
Huh? I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dar killings?
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky Sisters were in that file.
But that's when I figured it out. I mean, one Officer Marshall was trying to do that day, so I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. Left only one thing, the other handprint.
You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Toast's locker?
But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again.
So did you find something?
No.
Huh?
Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If you can't find something wrong with them... Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you!
Me? Oh boy.
Smash! Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry it can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If I ever needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Toad's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Well, there has to be something. I have to object, but what is it? What could that be, though? Object? Of course I'll object. You know what it is? Okay. Well, I'm not saying... Well, you need to help us. The blue badger? Could be. Okay. Objection! This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright.
You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yes, something that, when drawn, could completely change the meaning of the blood mark.
Smash! Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright.
With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing in these floor plans?
So we're going with the blue badger? Is that what we're doing? I don't really see anything else. Blue Badger? Okay. Let's try that. Take that! One abounded piece of plywood. The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not there. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well?
Well, what?
That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing there, it would be impossible to place a handprint in this spot on the locker.
Smash, smash, smash! So that means, just exactly what does that mean?
It means it can't be done.
What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker.
Don't look at me, I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, I think it though through scientifically.
Emma.
On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in.
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken with the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown in this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. Objection! That's ridiculous. I refute you. Objection! The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found in the locker. Objection! So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves it occurred. When did the first incident occur?
Smash! To surmise, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jack Marshall, who was disguised as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room.
The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur? Proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place?
Obviously, it can only be the ID list, showing lucky number 7. There we go. Take that! If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the perpetrator would have to have entered the room. In order to do so, an ID card is required.
An ID card? Oh! The ID card record!
Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger into the evidence room at...
Let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Ah! Ah! Miles Edgeworth! Just what have you done?
I never figured you had nerve, boy. Put off the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot to figure
I've thought to figure out it couldn't have been me.
Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away with the real murderer. I would have just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. Lucky number 7.
Talk about a lucky number.
But wait! That doesn't make sense! How could Officer Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. I'm just reminding you guys, while we're nearing the climax, I can see, if the thread is still alive, please bump it. We can get more cool guys here with us to help us and be with us. That would be really cool. Yes, Norfax is a businessman holding a stack of bread in his hand. He might just trade you for a kiss. He went in with lucky number 7. It's for a Ford. Oh shit, if anyone could make a new one, that would be pretty cool. I have like 20 more minutes, but still, why not? Smash! Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 77777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least, at present. What?
Explain yourself, son.
The number, lucky number 7, belongs to someone with the rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. Objection! That's ridiculous. Just how... I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge.
You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how a prosecutor's office operates.
Objection! I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself.
Slander and is it? Okay. Let me ask a question.
Yes?
No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive.
Lana? Objection! Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. And it's not lucky number 7.
Don't blame me for the foolish. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about the incident.
The SL9 incident?
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
Lana?
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant! Just what are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. I'm sorry. During that 2 years ago, I know, Chip. Give her a Nedrith-like voice. I can try, but people ask for Paris Hilton like snotty, stuck-up voice. I could try and change it if you guys want. Did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look at me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor! You didn't!
I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Why don't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to do in order to find him, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
No. No!
Order! 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 Order!
His remarks caused such a stir, the chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. To be continued. Okay, now I'm gonna give you guys with a choice. I have 15 minutes left for my time today, at least for now. I got 15 minutes left. I could either start it now and do just 15 minutes and stop in 15 minutes, or start tomorrow when I do my stream fresh from the stuff, fresh from the new stage. Okay, we got a couple of votes for continue, 2 votes for not continue. Later tonight. I don't know if I'd be able to be here later tonight. Well, I'm sorry, most people want me to keep on going, so I'll keep doing 15 more minutes, and then we'll keep it on tomorrow. Okay, let's save this. Well, I'm only gonna do 15 minutes, Chippo, so you won't lose, you won't miss that much if you're leaving. Okay.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to do in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew that the Asana incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Lana wanted Drake Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What do you mean, what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you...
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
I didn't see that one coming. Okay, I guess we'll have to talk to her.
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. It was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office.
Joe Dark.
It seemed like he was running for someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I don't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then...
What happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
Permanent picture? What did you see in the instant that crime occurred?
Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma. You've been through so much. Yep, those are the roofies.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies. I find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime.
I don't remember the moment when Doc stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why Lana... why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted the guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true. Even though he may not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. Hey Raz, I'm just off in a couple of minutes though, if you want to stream though.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right? I'm sorry, Raz, I'm sorry.
That's right.
Why then would the serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did you run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective.
What? Nobody told me that.
She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
What? With no knowledge in law at all. Just being a detective. Fucking Japan. Lana used to be a detective? I better have another talk with her. What time is streaming again tomorrow? I'll put it on the calendar. As soon as I'm done, and on 5715 I'll put it on the calendar so everyone can watch. No, I'm not planning on finishing the game today. I don't have the time, I only got 5 more minutes. I will be back tomorrow though. Thanks a lot. Okay, see you right on. Be sure to bookmark us and check back for the time. Okay, so no, sorry. Let's go ask Lana. Me too, Raz. Okay, detection.
Lana. Mr. Wright, it seems they keep causing you trouble.
Oh, happy birthday, too many inches. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person may be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks.
Lana, Emma told me about you.
Oh?
About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SM incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs?
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
Okay. I think I'll finish the talk with her and I'll be done for today. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence from that case was stolen. I expected as much.
Yeah, he is a boss. The guard.
I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, we gotta do the new map, by the way. Today, we gotta play it today. At 5:15, there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana! The witness... What Miss Tar said... I about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife? Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us?
Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before.
It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago.
She was amazing. Let's still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant?
Then he was the vice head of criminal affairs, but he still worked on the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be.
They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed.
Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened?
I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective,
To gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could later use that experience in court.
Gant's help in the SL9 case was critical in its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dog.
Second in command? That means the chief detective was no doubt Damon Gant?
Yes, Detective Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations.
They even had the same office.
We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, and Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when the last murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark.
You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us.
Detective Gant and Prosecutor Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages when Dark must have panicked. He waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Detective Gant and myself.
That's where you found me.
So you were the first person to run to the scene?
It appears so. Was filling some papers when Gant and Marshall were questioning Duck. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood.
3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out,
And the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious.
What did you do?
To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her.
Can't blame her, after all her sister must have gone through.
After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest.
Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident?
That's right. Quite a coincidence,
I don't buy it.
What are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident just by chance.
But that case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of the case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right?
Yes, and that office that Damon Gaunt and I shared. The office that Mr. Gaunt now occupies by himself. The chief's office.
Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the finalist and line murder. Okay, that's it. So we're off. Next thing we're gonna do is check out the office. But my time is up for today. I'm gonna save for now. I think, okay, that's enough for now. So, I'll start my speech. First of all, thank you everyone for watching. I had a great time. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. If there's anyone over at livestream.com, please come on over to ignoreourgirth.com, because only here we can read the chat, and you can chat with us and we can read whatever you're saying. Any anons and temp names like anon7285, and who else have I seen? And anon9571. And I've seen a couple of temp names earlier too. You guys should bookmark the site and come back. I stream almost every day, and we all try to stream as much as possible. So you should bookmark us and come back as soon as often as possible. And also you should make Chitango accounts, because it takes like 10 seconds. You can use a fake email, and it's much easier for me and everybody else to read whatever you're saying and address it, especially in a game like this when I ask the guys what to do, the viewers. Anything else? Oh, if anyone hasn't done it yet, please register on the forums where you can request the games like this. This game is a request I got. No, the case isn't finished. We're not even close to finishing it, probably. So register on the forums. You can request games like this one, which I got requested, and from me or any other streamer. And also, what else was it? Oh, and also if you think you're funny and interesting and not a whiny bitch, and you can take some heat, you should try to apply and become a streamer, also on the forums. So that's it, guys. Like I said, this case is really awesome. It's really interesting. It's really deep. So I can't wait to keep it on. I'll be back tomorrow around the same time, or exactly the same time I was today. I'm going to put it on the calendar right away so you guys can watch and see what time is it at your place. And that's it. So I hope everyone enjoyed themselves, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And that's it. Bye, guys.